Hi, this is Caroline from Echo Consulting, and today I'm going to talk about some different options for updating your project status and health from a dashboard view in Smartsheet. So what I've got here is a dashboard for a sample project that we're just calling Alpha Project. I've already got some of my important summary metrics here across the top for my dates to start and end, the percent complete, and so on for this project, as well as a couple of links to other relevant assets that I have in Smartsheet for this project. I'm starting to build out a section here about the project status. I'm starting to build out this upper section of the dashboard to show some of the information I'd like to review, maybe with my team or my department or my manager on a weekly basis related to the project status as well as the project health. Now, there's a couple of options for how to add these widgets on the Smartsheet dashboard, on a Smartsheet dashboard. This kind of widget is what we call a rich text widget. And you can add one from scratch if you just click on the plus sign here on the right, find the exact widget you're looking for. This one is called a rich text widget. And Smartsheet will stick in your new kind of widget down here, and you can start typing. However, we really like the functionality in Smartsheet to copy and paste and reuse things that we've already made. So I've got a couple widgets I already made. They've got the format that I want, they've got like the coloring on the title that I want, so I'm just going to click on that, hit Control-C. You can click down in the grid space or just hit Control-V, and now I've got a copy of it and I can update it to what I would like. So since I'm looking already at the information that I've got here, I'd like to also have a widget that where I can enter the topics to discuss at the weekly status update meeting for this project. Now I can update the text below. In a rich text widget, you've got a lot of options. They're similar to the ones you'd be used to in a text editor. So you can increase the size of the font. You can use the formatting options like bolding or italicizing. You can also add in bullet points, which can be useful, or numbering, like 1, 2, 3. I'm just going to use numbering here since I want to highlight these topics that I've got. Let's do topic number 1, topic number 2, and I'm just pressing enter, topic number 3. And again, I'd like this to be a little bit bigger, so I increase the size of that. And then once I've got my updates in there, I click Save. So for this kind of widget, the rich text widget, the workflow would be to come in and manually update this text every time you have an update meeting. Maybe you're coming in here on a weekly basis every time you have a meeting. Anytime you need to, you would just follow the same steps that I just did. Edit the dashboard and then click directly into the widget text to edit it. Another option to get a widget that looks like one of these stoplight indicators that I have here for project health or budget health. This is actually a metrics widget that is linking to another sheet within Smartsheet and pulling the information directly from that sheet. So instead of making the updates here on the dashboard, it's just going to automatically populate whatever you have in that other sheet. I am already noting project health and budget health. I'm going to follow my same steps. Again, you could do it from scratch, say add widget and add a metric widget, but since I've already got a couple in the format that I like, I'm going to copy and paste one, and I would like to add one that is going to pull my scope health from another location. So I changed the title here. I'm going to click on the actual data, and now I need to adjust where the data for this metric widget is coming from. If I click on the data and layout for this widget and the data source, I'm going to click on change. It'll show me where the data is currently coming from, and I'd like to update it to pull scope health. So it is pulling from a status report now where someone is entering information about the project health, the budget health, the scope health. I am going to just click on the cell for scope health. Move my face a little bit. Click on this cell and click OK. And now I will start seeing the yellow for scope health. Now one gotcha here is you need to make sure you've X'd out whatever cell link data might be there from your previous widget, the one that you copied and pasted. So in that case, it happened to be a yellow stoplight as well. Now I've just got my one remaining, which is the correct one, and I'm going to update the format so that stoplight's a little bit bigger. I just changed the size to 20. So now I've got a nice scope health stoplight. So for this workflow, rather than having to manually come and update the dashboard, I would just go to my status report sheet at another location. Looks like I've got it here actually. And I can update these cells directly. So now when I update scope health, I'm like, ooh, it's not doing so well this week. It was yellow. I'm going to change it to red and save. Now when I go back to my dashboard, my scope health has updated to red here on this dashboard. Another way that you can do this kind of link, which can be really useful, is actually linking to an asset like a project plan. You may not be noting these reporting items separately. You might be making calculations on your project plan or somewhere else, and you can similarly actually link those. So let's look at how to do that. Again, hitting my edit, I'm going to do the same thing since it's the same kind of widget. Copy and paste. And I'd like to add in schedule health for this project because I know I am making a calculation for schedule health directly from my project plan. So now, when I click on the data and layout for this widget, I want to change the data source. I no longer want to be pulling from this. I want to pull from the project plan for this project. And here I get the link to my alpha project plan. And I'm actually calculating schedule health here on the top level for this project, the top row. I'm going to click on that cell. Open face. And I can see now I'm pulling in the green schedule health directly from my project plan. You may need to move some of the extra information or update the formatting a bit if it doesn't look quite how you want. I'm just changing the size of the stoplight now to 20. I got rid of the label. There's some other options here, like the layout for the actual metrics widget. They're side by side versus stacked. For something like this, we usually like stacked. But now, if I save all of this, I've got a nice status update that I can look at with my stoplight indicators for the project, and then some text information for other topics. A final way that you can get this kind of information into a dashboard, which we are very excited about at Echo, it's something that we've been working on and have got developed to be a little bit more of an automatic process week to week. It is possible to actually have a weekly status report that's drawing on a sheet where you could just fill out a quick form every week, like the project manager or whoever needs to be reporting these kinds of things. So I'll go ahead and do one as an example. So for the week of, I'll say it's January 15th, my project health is red, my budget health is yellow, my scope health is red, but my schedule health is green from what I can see. I'll do example status summary example, many great accomplishments, no major upcoming activities, and several topics. And I'll just enter my name since I made this report. I submit that report, which is captured by Smartsheet. Now I have another section of the dashboard where I'm actually pulling in the most recent status update through this slightly different format. So we can see here right now this dashboard has an old status report that I entered for the week of December 18th, where we had a project health in yellow and so forth. We've got some information here about the project summary, the accomplishments, activities, and topics to discuss. If I now refresh the dashboard, since I submitted that new status report, and scroll down, I've got a nice update here for that report that I just entered. Now it's showing me the January 15th update, the new health indicators that I entered, as well as the new text that I entered. So that's another option, is a status tracker that essentially enables you to track status week to week without having to make any manual updates in your dashboard. Part of why we like this is that it also enables us to track trends over time. So in a solution like this, we can actually start looking at, I've got some health trends, and I can see for this week of the 15th, my project health is red. That's a change of going down since the previous week, since the previous project health was yellow. And we can calculate things like the number of weeks that this project health has actually been red. Same for the budget health. And we could build this out similarly for any other health indicators that we wanted to. So those are our different options for updating project status and health from a Smartsheet dashboard. Let us know if you leave some comments if you have any questions or follow-up, or reach out to us to find out more about these solutions. We love building stuff in Smartsheet, and especially helping to get projects updated quickly and efficiently through Smartsheet dashboards. Thank you.